Today is July 17th for a monthly maintenance at Laurel's, and she pointed out at the end of the day that she wanted this cleaned up, all of the weeds that were in the border, so we did that. And we also talked about maybe planting something here in the fall to fill it in, because we definitely have had some die off. But all of this got weeded out. It was really the grass encroaching upon the bed and dandelions and this little micro weed that's everywhere. We got some other weeds out along here and pulled the bulbs up front and blew out the driveway and all surfaces. And then we did the side and the back like always. So on the side here, we took down this low growing ground cover, just made it more even. There were some pieces that were really high, and then also trimmed up the edge so it's nice and clean. I kind of cleared it out of the Bernera and sprinkled some snail killer on the hostas, and once again tidying up the edge and keeping it all even to a certain height, and pulling out debris. There's lots of like random leaves and sticks and spider webs. The ivy we really trimmed up in this corner. It was getting a little overgrown, so we tidied it back around. Over here we could still see the rake lines from last time, which is really cool, so just did another rake out of cleaning and leaf blowing, cleaning all the corners. Just looks really nice now. And in the back we cleaned up around these boxes and all the way to the house, raked up the leaves and weeded and fluffed the soil all the way. And then this is the little snail bait. Roses were deadheaded, weeded in this patio, weeded the bindweed out of here, blew off the patio, cut back some of the spent bulbs from the heuchera, but we left these ones because they're still blooming, and then raking through, cleaning up the edge line, cleaned up her chives too, just raking out all of the pine needles that drop. There's a lot of pine needles. These guys were really heavy with those spent bulbs or spent blooms, so it was nice to cut them back. The Rose of Sharon got deadheaded. There were some that were already dead, so we pulled them off and pulled the ones from the ground. Here's another view of the rhubarb. We did sprinkle some snail stuff around the rhubarb too. I read that it was safe for that, just not directly on the plant. And then cleaning up the patio that was weeded, and the sidewalk that got beautifully weeded and blown out. And over here, all cleaned up underneath the rose bush that was deadheaded, although this one looks like it could still be deadheaded. All the way around, just super clean. Took the dead leaves out of here, out of there, out of here. Cleaning, raking in. Raking and cleaning. Weeding, fluffing. And got in these rocks today, doing the same thing. Cut in this little patio, cleaning that off. Spent bulbs of the lilies, the stalks. There were some weeds in here and debris that we picked up and raked and fluffed all the way through and around. More snail killer for that. Okay, and then time to go in the back. We picked up the apricots twice. Once before we leaf blew, and then the first time earlier this morning. But all of this, you can also see, was raked out, cleaned, fluffed, weeded. Real tidy. We also hosed down the pathway. That's why there's a little bit of mud, because these apricots, they are sticking everywhere between. There's another one. They plop like little bombs. So there's definitely still a few left, and there's actually a lot up there. I told Laurel, there's still like 50% of them hanging up there, maybe less. So there's just going to be another mess. Whoops. There's one. There's two. Other than that, we weeded out and raked and pruned to our heart's content over here. Also cleaning up to the back. And the lilies all got deadheaded, the dead pieces of the bulbs. Also back here, cleaned up underneath the trees. And all the way in here, weeding, raking, fluffing. Lots of weeding back here. It's getting a little crazy, so weeded out this area and raked it. Overall, successful monthly maintenance. Laura said it's the best it's looked in a while, if not years. So super sweet. And we're really proud of this today. Thank you very much.